Hello everyone, and welcome to my Advent Stories. This evening's story comes from Chloe and Reuben Hoff in Edinburgh. They've called their story The Adventure of Christmas Eve. One Christmas Eve, twins Ben and Bill were meant to be in bed, but instead they were gazing out of their bedroom window trying to spot Santa Claus. They were 7 years old and Christmas was their favourite time of the year, so they were over the moon. Their mum and dad were at a Christmas party, so the boys were home alone. Calmly, Bill turned to Ben and whispered, "I think we should go outside and have a closer look for Santa." Ben was not so sure about the idea, but gave in and followed Bill down the stairs and along the hall. Delicately, the clock on the wall started to chime as it turned 10 o'clock. Ben thought he saw Santa, but it was just the glistening shadow of a rainbow. The sky was as clear as water, and that moment felt beautiful. Shortly after that, they gave up and went into their warm and cosy bedroom. After a while of trying to get to sleep, they both heard a faint thud. Santa Claus? They both thought. You could tell they were thinking the same thing because of their facial expressions. Weirdly, the sounds were getting louder and the stomping was getting harder. "What is that, Ben?" muttered Bill. "I'm not sure. It could easily be a big bird," replied Ben. "What about Santa?" Bill asked. Suddenly, without a second to spare, Rudolph the reindeer's leg went through the roof and was poking through the ceiling. "Is that what I think it is?" Ben said faintly. "Santa!" they squealed at the same time. "Let's go and help him," called Bill. They jumped out of their beds and bashed their heads. "Oh, that hurt," they called, both in sync. "Remember the list we made in case this happens," Bill said. "It reads, first, we go up the ladder that goes to the roof. Second, we find Santa and make sure that he's okay. Then, we ask him if we can help. And finally, we deliver the presents with him." "Let's go," they shouted and ran to the ladder that went to the roof. All of a sudden they saw Santa. "Can we help you?" they whispered. "Yes, you can," replied Santa. "What do you want us to do?" asked Ben. "You can help find one of my reindeers with me," he said happily. "Okay," the boys replied, very excited. "We have to be quick," Santa said. "Let's go," they all cheered. "But first, we need to get Rudolph's leg out of the roof." With all their power, they managed to release him. "Now we can find the missing reindeer," they cried. They hopped in the sleigh and off they went. Soaring high in the sky, the stars twinkled like the frost glimmering on the ground. "There, there, there," Ben and Bill called. Santa Claus directed the sleigh downwards and pulled up right behind the eighth and final reindeer. "We've got them all!" Santa and the boys exclaimed. It was such a relief. "Let's deliver some presents then, shall we?" Santa asked. The boys spent the next 2 hours delivering presents. When they checked the time, it was when their parents said they would be coming home. "Bill," shouted Ben, "Mum and Dad are coming back from the party now. They're going to see that we are gone." "Oh no," Bill said. "Santa, take us home, please," they requested. Santa gracefully landed on their house roof, delivered their presents, and let Ben and Bill out of the sleigh. The two boys climbed down the ladder that led to their room. Just as they finished filling the hole in the ceiling with old paper, their parents walked into the house. Everything worked out at just the right time. It was a great night for Santa and for the boys. What a lovely story. Thank you so much, guys. See you tomorrow.